If you want the career you want, you got to do this. Otherwise, you're going to be wondering why you're 10 years in and you really haven't got that far, and you're still spinning your wheels, and other people who, you think are the school kid brainiacs are flying by you. Why do you think that is? So, what I want to talk to you about today is going to be training. Your training, your development, you as a person. Because one of the things you really got to focus on is you being able to develop in your career. And there's several reasons for that. The number one for me is it's going to be your family, okay? Despite how that looks, whatever kind of spousal situation you have, regardless, the better training you have, the better education you have whenever you're trying to do this trade, the more you can work on, the more you can do, the better you're going to do, right? The better you do, the better you provide for your family. And so it is worth the time, it is worth the research to put into just learning things about this trade. Even if your company does not offer the training you want, and you're not seeing what it is you're looking for out there, go find it. Even if it means you yourself learning how to do it by yourself online, so be it. Just do it, okay? Your family deserves it, all right? That's one thing that really drove me. So my first 2 years of my career, I did not have the family I do now. I hadn't met my wife yet, and it wasn't that serious to me, right? But I really wish I had taken it a lot more serious. I could have done a lot more than I had up to that moment. But anyway, as soon as I got married, I realized that, and I'm not saying you have to be married, all right? Just don't take me out of context here. But as soon as I did, I realized I had to do a lot more. If I wanted to provide and have the life I wanted to have and do that for them, I couldn't accomplish what I wanted to with what I had. So what I did is I immediately signed up for trade school. I was 2 years in at this point, hadn't even been to trade school, had strictly been learning in the field as an apprentice. And that was my first year. Then I just went straight into doing service work. Did not know enough to really be a part of the trade in an effective way. And so, yeah, that's how I got started. So be it. So what? That's not where I'm at now. That very next spring, I got married in the spring. That very next fall, I had started school. And once I did, went to school at night, got all my classes done. I took my core classes for my associate's degree during the mini-mesters. And I came out the other side with an associate's degree. It took me 2 years. I didn't take a single break. I worked during the day. I put in overtime, when I had to, and I did my classes with a brand new marriage. It was tough. She supported me all the way. It really took that, for what it took out of me. But the point is, I got it done for them. And my career, I know a lot of people, so many people say that education, and even if you don't go to college, fine. Education, period. Whether that be, you're training yourself, YouTube, whatever, does so much for you in this career, because your level of understanding, if you do it the right way, there's a right and a wrong way, okay? The wrong way is do it just to say you did it. The right way is actually do it and make something of it. Use it, utilize it, be a part of it, involve yourself in it. That's when it's really going to support you and support what you're trying to do. Then the sky's the limit from there, right? Okay? There are so many hurdles that have been removed from the trade right now strictly because there's not enough of us. All right? There is not enough of us in the trade today to support what the companies need. Even with the pandemic and everything going on that's happening right now, it doesn't matter. There's not enough. And there's so many hurdles. There's so many things that used to be there for everybody else that ain't there today. So, you want to give your kids the future that you want them to have, and you want to provide for your spouse in ways that nobody else ever has, or, whatever your dreams are, get the education. I'm telling you. I'm not saying you got to go to college, all right? What I'm saying is get the training you need, whatever the topic. There's ways to get the information you want, right? After I finished school, the very next thing I did was, for the next several years, used to drive my spouse crazy because I spent so much time in it, but it was for a purpose, right? Every evening when we would sit down and we'd watch TV or something, and it was a time where we weren't really talking, we were just kind of being present together, right? We all have those time frames. I always had some kind of article, manual, something pulled up. I was either reading or paying attention to or studying or something just to myself for minimum 30 minutes a day. Minimum. I mean, shoot, you could do that on a lunch break. I'm telling you guys, you got to do this. If you want the career you want, you got to do this. Otherwise, you're going to be wondering why you're 10 years in and you really haven't got that far, and you're still spinning your wheels, and other people who, you think are the school kid brainiacs are flying by you. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Who's putting in the time on their own personal time to make their career happen? I'm just saying, I don't mean to hurt your feelings here, but I am cutting it straight. I'm passionate about this. I want you and your family to be successful. I want you to be able to achieve the things you want for your family. And this is how you can do it. How do I know? Because I've just what I did. This is what I did. All right? If you don't know me, I'm real nervous about sharing my age. You know why? Because people immediately hear it and say, ain't no way I've done any of the things I've done. But here we go. I'm 25, guys. Okay? I'm 25. I'm 8 years in. All right? I'm our lead chiller mechanic on this team. I lead our entire chiller team. I'm the one that trains our chiller apprentices. I lead our entire PM department, and I'm pioneering a new way of doing PMs, a way that other people don't. There's not a company out there that has a structure the way we do. I promise you. And it's because we're taking a whole new approach to what we're doing, and all I have is trade school associate's degree. I got nothing else. Outside of personal time and sweat I've put into study and just hard work in the field, learning with the hands-on, doing what I do, and making really smart career choices. And every bit of it was so that I could do for my family what I want to do, what was in my heart to do. So, you go do it too. Ain't nobody holding you back but you. Okay? But you. Somebody else being a roadblock, dude, I've had roadblocks. I had plenty of them. I've had supervisors couldn't stand to look at me because I was better than them. And I don't say that from a prideful place. I say that is just a fact. I had studied more than they had studied. Period. That's all it was. Could not stand me. Couldn't get rid of me fast enough. But it pushed me because it made me be even better and better and better until I achieved what I have in 8 years. 8. All right? This is not the trade of yesterday when it took 20 years to get somewhere and to be something. You do this right, you can make it big time. Big time. Signing out, guys. Really appreciate it.